Skyrocket your sales by increasing your email signups by over 200%. You see, I routinely beat out my client controls for opt in forms, and it's so important to optimize your sign up forms as it has a major downstream effect on your email sales. The majority of ecom brands neglect this area. It's disastrous, it's disgusting, and it's atrocious. You can pull up 50 random brands right now, and I guarantee you almost all of them are offering the same BS: a discount to sign up, then an increase if they opt in SMS. Oh, give us your first name and your email, 10% off. Oh, if you put in your phone number, you can get 20% off. No, it's BS. It's lazy. And with that said, just do not be lazy with your opt ins. Think about it this way: if you have your flows dialed in, and you know someone is going through your flows will add $2,500 in their first year to your top line, and then stick with you for years as a loyal, high spending customer who will also bring their friends along. Why wouldn't you optimize your opt in forms to maximize the amount of subscribers you can get? Why wouldn't you? Another example before I share with you what I did to increase signups by 211% almost instantly is if you routinely generate $10,000 per month through your welcome flow, okay, and your opt in form has a 2% conversion rate, well, wouldn't you want to double that conversion rate to essentially double your monthly welcome email sales? Like, if you're making 10K a month and you're operating at a 2% conversion rate and you double that conversion rate, naturally your sales will double. But here's the secret: it doesn't work like that. You'll have an exponential increase because you'll have a higher quality lead flow. But it's besides the point. Of course, you're going to want to double your opt in conversion rate. Okay, now let's dive into how I increased email signups by 211%. I'm going to share some things that I did and what I didn't do. Okay, what I did not do was offer a discount to people who signed up, yet I still increased signups. I wonder how that works. Maybe because it shows that I actually care about the customer and we actually understand their pain points, understand what it is that they want, and provide with them a value offer, right? It's almost as if that's what I do. I do not dilute brands to discounts ever. Not in the opt-in forms, not in the emails. Maybe once in a while if it's strategic. And it may be hard to believe because you see almost every old and new brand diluting their brand to discounts. And I just don't understand why people would do this. I mean, I understand why some brands do it. Some really big brands, it makes sense. But majority of brands that, they're doing 50,000, 100,000, maybe half a million a month, you don't need to. Even a million a month. Actually, even the big brands, they don't need to do that. But that's besides the point. They're playing a different ball game when, you're doing a few million a month. But to me, 99% of the time, offering a discount is just pure laziness. That's all it is. It's just pure laziness. It screams, I don't care enough about my customers to learn what will be best to offer them and how to serve them. That's what, when I see a brand that's offering a discount to sign up, that's what I see. Oh, I didn't feel like spending 15 minutes thinking about my customers and seeing how I can actually help them in exchange for their email and their information. Let's just give them a 20% discount. They'll be happy with it. So you want to sacrifice profitability because you're too lazy? No sense. And like I said, when you do this, you're sacrificing front end profitability, which is completely unnecessary, which leads to slower growth, which leads to non optimal experiences slash service to your customers. You might be thinking to yourself, Kevin, you're telling me that I can increase my profitability, I can increase my sales, expedite my growth as a brand, and serve my customers even better? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. And all it is this one little tweak and this one step. And the first impression you make with someone that's going to be on your email list, the very first impression, the sign up form, you make that little tweak. And yes, those are all things that you can do for your brand and the things that you will experience with your brand. Now, something that I did do was collect a lot of info, as much as I could. As much as I could. First name, last name, preferred name, birthday, product preferences, email, pretty much everything that I could collect, I did. Okay. You don't want to be shy asking for all their information as long as it serves them. Okay, there's no reason to be shy. Because when you collect as much information as possible on the first touch point, which is the opt in form, you're going to be able to serve them a million times better than your competitors. You will literally set yourself into a league of your own. Your competitors, they won't even be competitors anymore. They're going to try to play catch up. They're going to try to emulate, replicate whatever it is that you're doing, but it'll just backfire for them because you're playing a different game. Okay. And many people advise against this, but it's simply because they're not giving an offer valuable enough for the visitor to opt in. They give those lazy ass discounts. If you give someone a legitimately valuable offer that caters to them and it actually serves them, they will plug in all the information that you ask for and that you require for them to join your email list. They will do it. And if they don't, your offer's not that strong. Now, if you're doing those lazy ass discounts, at that point, they might be like, oh, well, if it's just 20%, why are they asking for my first name, my last name, my address, my everything, right? My birthday, anniversary day, whatever. Why are they asking for all these things? Do they even need all of this? It's as simple as that. Have a valuable offer and they will give you all the information that you desire. Now, the reason I collect as much info as possible is because it will give them a much, much better experience right off the bat. Because what I can do now with all that information is I can leverage it in the welcome flow immediately and begin building that authentic relationship with them sooner rather than later. See, some people recommend progressive personalization, you know, over time, over an extended period of time, you collect more information little by little. I don't believe that's best for the customer. In fact, I think that is a disservice to the customer. If you want to serve your customers to the highest degree of excellence, then you need to actually know them. It's unfair to even have subscribers sit on your list receiving non personalized emails while you try to fish for details over a few months. I mean, would you want to sit on an email list with superficial emails, sales emails for a few months before they finally dive deep with you and, cater to you and touch on everything that you're feeling? You wouldn't want to sit there. You wouldn't want to waste your time. You wouldn't even want to open their email. So now when they actually start to dive in with you, dive a little bit deeper with you, and send you really good emails, are you even going to open them? Most likely not. All right. Start things off with a bang. They'll love it way more, and more likely they're going to stick around for longer. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? We all know these customer acquisition costs are going through the roof, right? So why wouldn't we want to retain them for a longer period of time simply because we serve them better, not only in the first time, in our first touch point with them, which is the opt in form, but on the second time, which is our legitimate first impression, the welcome flow, and then beyond that, and then continuously. If we all know the retention game is what we need for profitability and growth, why wouldn't we take the necessary measures to maximize and optimize our retention strategies? Now, I want to put this in perspective. Who has a deeper connection in month 1 and month 6 of the first meeting, of the first time that two people meet? Is it going to be the person who has a deep convo when first meeting the other individual and continuously learning and spending more time with them? Or is it going to be the person who's taking months to get to know the other individual while maintaining superficial conversations for an extended period? Obviously, it's going to be the person who has that deep convo right off the bat, where they learn about a bunch of things about that other individual and they leverage that over the course of a few months as they continue to dive even deeper. Leverage this idea strategically and intentionally because it can backfire if you don't. And what I mean by that is only collect the information that you need in order to serve them. If that means you need to collect 12 to 15 different pieces of information, do it. But if you're not yet at the level where you can have the creativity to understand how to leverage 12 to 15 different pieces of information right off the bat, which is fine. You'll get to that level eventually. Then just collect what you need. If it's 2 to 3 pieces of information, so be it. But collect everything that you need right off the bat. There's no reason to be shy with that. Now, given that I collected a lot of info, I did make my opt in form multiple steps. Okay, it's a cleaner, smoother experience versus asking for a long list of things on one page. It's just a better experience for the customer, for the person who is going to subscribe. Okay, and while it may not be what the majority want, I find that it actually produces higher quality leads and higher emotional buy-in as they spend more time going through the opt-in form with multiple micro commitments along the way. Okay, this leads to a better list of people that will become better customers. It's as simple as that. Another thing that I did was an A B test against the client control, and it won almost instantly. And that's pretty much been my experience with every client control that I've tested against. Literally within the first 1 to 3 days, it's clear that what I've produced is a winner. However, what I always do is I let it sit for 30 days to attain a proper amount of data to fuel my decision. Okay. I recommend you consistently test the control to optimize it as much as possible. Remember, opt ins have a downstream effect on your email marketing channel and play a role in increasing your sales if done correctly. Now you know the steps, precisely the steps that I've taken to routinely beat out client opt in controls by 200% to 300%. Take this info and leverage it for yourself. Reap the rewards, and I will see you in the next video.